Welcome back to Perspective Z, your favorite generational podcast. I'm Katrina.
And I'm Rachel, and boy, do we have just, so much to talk about this week. What do we have to talk about this week? It has been a hot minute.
It really has, because we recorded early last week, so I feel like I haven't talked to you in forever, but really it's just been like a week and a half.
That's forever.
It really is. But anyway, how was your week?
My week was long.
I relate.
It was just like, the week after next week is spring break, and we have Friday off, so I only have 4 days of school left before my spring break. So we're all just kind of dragging and not wanting to do anything. I relate hardcore. But, yeah. How was your week?
My week was something else.
Something else?
Yeah, so we recorded... Okay, so we finished the last week of shows, and so that was exciting, and also I cried a lot because I'm an emotional person. But then, the first part of the week was pretty normal, and then Thursday during lunch, I was on my phone, and then it, randomly restarted, and I was like, oh, okay, this happens sometimes when my phone is glitching out. It's normal, whatever. And then it kept doing it to the fact that it kept restarting every 30 seconds. And so...
That's a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem. And so, I basically couldn't use my phone Thursday to this morning because we went to a Verizon store to get it looked at, and they were like, there's no possible way that we can get this fixed. I don't know what's going on. And when they don't know what's going on, then you just go with your options. And
give up.
Yeah, basically give up. And so I have a new phone. So that's something.
I'm proud of you for joining the Google Pixel Club. How do you feel about it?
I like it. I've only had it for 5 hours, but it's pretty fun, except for the fact that I lost all my contacts and I have to get all of them back.
Oh no! At least you can be like, new phone, who dis?
Yeah. So now I have that excuse. I posted on my social media stories and was like, hey, if I had your number, can you text me from it or DM it to me? And a bunch of people that I know I had their number, saw my story and then didn't, reply to it. And I'm like, wow.
Oof. That's awkward.
Yeah, it is. But we're not going to talk about it because we already know that I have social anxiety, and when I get confirmation that people don't like talking to me, I just kind of yeah.
Okay, it's not that people don't like talking to you. It's that they also probably are socially awkward about that kind of thing. And, is it people you talk to regularly?
No.
Exactly.
I know. That's just how I'm feeling right now. But there are a bunch of people that actually did respond, and you didn't respond because you don't check social media super well, but
No, I don't.
But I went from when I went to the conversation where I first got your phone number on Discord because I actually had the conversation, so I was like,
ew.
And then you texted me that you were making dinner, and I'm like, yep, that's Rachel. Double confirmed.
Double confirmed. Speaking of making dinner, should we move on to our favorite things of the week?
We should. What's your favorite thing of the week, Rachel?
My favorite thing this week is cooking! A family friend of ours got us a Blue Apron subscription, or a Blue Apron gift card for a few weeks as a housewarming, that's what it's called, a housewarming gift. And if you don't know where Blue Apron is, it's basically a meal subscription service thing, hashtag not ad, but hashtag totally would. And they send you all of the ingredients to whatever meal you select, and then you just have to, like, make it, and they send you the recipe too, and it's really handy. So we've been making a lot of those, and they're real good. I made something chicken in a pita tonight.
Ooh.
With potato fries.
I love fries.
It was, it was real good. And I definitely love to cook. I've always loved to cook, but it's nice to have another reason to cook, you know?
Yeah, I get that, except not with cooking for me, but, like...
Fair.
Yeah. Because I need to learn how to cook before college and adulting inevitably happens.
You've got 2 years. You'll be fine.
Here's the thing, is I was making mac and cheese when I was home alone one day, and I had trouble knowing when the water was boiling, so...
When there are bubbles.
But there were a bunch of tiny bubbles, and I was like, because my brother was home alone with me, so it wasn't necessarily home alone, but, you know, whatever. But I was like, hey, is this boiling? And he's like, does it look like it's boiling? And I'm like, listen, I don't know what that means.
Problem.
And he's like, it's not boiling. Because it had little bubbles on the bottom, and I was like, I don't think this is boiling, but it said when there's bubbles, and then, like, I didn't want to turn it up too high, because then the water might evaporate, or something. I don't know. See, this was...
So, what's your favorite thing of the week?
Listen, it was just a rough time. It was end of freshman year, so I feel like that's a valid excuse. I've learned.
Freshmen are silly.
Freshmen are silly, but we love them sometimes. Most of the time. Yeah, that describes it. Anyways, my favorite thing of the week is having time to myself, because my musical is over, so, like, I have time to myself, but also I don't like having time to myself, because when I have too much time to myself, then I convince myself that I have so much time to myself, and so I don't have to start my homework until later, and then I get sucked into the wormhole that is everything on the internet. And so...
That is one of the most relatable things you have ever said.
I'm glad. But, so I got sucked into the hole that is the internet, and then I don't have a lot of time at the end of the day to do my homework, because it's like 10 at night and stuff, and I need to get sleep because I'm a teenager, but also I feel bad because my parents are always like, oh, it's almost bedtime, so we should watch TV as a family before bed, and so I'm like, oh, well, we can do that, and then I have to do my homework in the car on the way to school every morning, and that's not great. So I like having time to myself, but I really need to have better management, because I have an English project that I've been convincing myself that I haven't had to work on, because I'm not presenting it until Tuesday. And so I still need to work on that.
Let me just count in my head here. It's almost Tuesday!
Yeah, it's almost Tuesday, and tomorrow we are going to a family birthday party that is all day right after church. And Monday I have half of the day taken up because school. And so
Ew.
I have the rest of the day today and the end of the day on Monday to finish it. So, I mean, I could probably fit some time on Sunday, because most of the time we're just hanging out and chilling anyways, but, you know. Procrastination at its finest.
That's fair. What's your favorite song this week?
My favorite song of the week is Sucker by Jonas Brothers, because that song came out, like, I was so mad because we recorded on Wednesday, and this came out, like, was it Thursday or Friday?
I think it was Friday.
Yeah, but we recorded early this week, and we're like, oh, what if some, like, earth-shattering thing happens, and, like, we're not there to record, and we're like, oh, whatever, it's not gonna happen. And then the Jonas Brothers came back, and I'm like, you had no right to do this to me right now, but yeah, so their new song is a bop, and I like it, and it's iconic, and
I'm kind of upset because you messaged me and just said, dibs on using Sucker as my song of the week next week, and I was like, that was gonna be my song of the week!
Yeah, I was like, I know she's gonna use it, so I'm just calling dibs right now. Also, speaking of calling dibs, something exciting also happened.
Yes?
Ben and Alice got engaged.
They did!
I actually screamed when I
did too. I was in the middle of class when Tori came over? Messaged me.
Tori just came to your state and was like, listen.
She came to my state. Listen, they got engaged. I just thought I'd mention that. For those of you that don't know, Ben is the
co-founder, I don't know.
Co-founder of the Super Carlin Brother and Super Carlin Gaming channels over on YouTube. We talk about them quite a bit, and he got engaged, so everyone go to his Twitter and say congrats.
Yeah, because I got really excited. Just last week and this week is just an exciting week, and so now we get to cover all of it this week instead of splitting it up like we would have if I had time to record last week, but it's fine.
It's fine!
Anyways, what's your favorite song of the week since I took the new Jonas Brothers one?
Well,
and
since
you
you took Sucker, I went with my next favorite Jonas Brothers song, which was When You Look Me in the Eyes, which is such a pretty song!
It's iconic!
But you know another good song by the Jonas Brothers?
What?
Love Bug.
Yes.
Anyway, that's all I have to say about that.
Well, it's not everything you have to say about it, because Jonas Brothers comes up a lot in this week's episode, because we have a listener question and a YouTube trending topic on it, so...
This is true. You said YouTube trending? What?
I mean, you're the one that put up the YouTube trending, so, like...
Oh, so you want me to talk more about the Jonas Brothers?
Yes. Like,
even though you didn't let me pick Sucker.
Yes. It's a balance.
It's a balance, she said. A balance.
I'm trying to... I'm trying. Hey, Rachel.
Yes, Katrina.
What's trending on YouTube?
Glad you asked. So, first, we've got the Jonas Brothers Carpool Karaoke from the Late Late Show. I had a burp, I'm sorry. And this was pretty high up on the trending list for obvious reasons. I mean, come on, the Jonas Brothers were back together.
I know.
I've been waiting so long for this to happen because, like, I just started getting into them as they were... like, breaking up.
Yeah, here's the thing. I wasn't necessarily, like, an extreme fangirl of the Jonas Brothers, because when they were a thing, so was Hannah Montana, and...
I was a fan of both of them, thank you very much.
Yeah, but since I was younger than you, I had less of a mental capacity. I have less of a mental capacity than you do, so I don't want to hear it.
I'm sorry, what?
It's fine. But, I wasn't necessarily a huge fan of them. Like, I heard songs on Radio Disney when I was in my grandma's car, because we didn't have XM in our car, and I was like, dang, I don't get to listen to the Disney Channel music, but now it's just a bunch of, like, Kids Bop versions of, like, popular songs and stuff. But, yeah, I wasn't necessarily... I was a bigger One Direction fan than I was Jonas Brothers fan, but...
Oh, see, I was the opposite.
Yeah.
I hated One Direction.
I know we've talked about this, but...
We have?
Yes, we have. Because you were like, I wasn't necessarily a One Direction fan, and then I sent you the playlist that I had on it, and then you, like, Didn't you break your toe or something because you were dancing, or am I making this up? Because I don't remember.
I did break my toe, but I was jumping off the roof. Are you talking about that?
No, I'm pretty sure I'm either making some of this up or you're just not remembering. So, we're just gonna move on.
Okay.
Anyways, what else is trending on YouTube?
Something else trending on YouTube is Ladylike made Kristen reads her old, wow, I really can't talk. Kristen reads her old diary entries. So I watched this and it was hilarious because I definitely remember thinking the same thing when I was younger, where it was like you or not, like I would write things down and I would legitimately like, oh, someone's gonna read this later on when I'm famous, and just think back on my life and realize how smart I've always been and stuff like that. And that is like basically what her diaries were those exact things, and it was really funny. Honestly, so I definitely recommend giving that a watch if you haven't.
For sure. So, based on this, did you have a diary?
I did, off and on, but I remember, like, I've always been super, super self-conscious of my writing and, like, any creative work I do, which is why after I edit this episode, I will not listen to it again.
Yeah.
But, like, I remember I would have diaries, and then I would read the pages of them, like, I would go back and read them, and I would immediately just be, like, I don't even know the word, just embarrassed for myself that I thought that way. That it's like, I don't know, I just read them back and I'm like, wow, that was a really stupid thing to say. That was really full of myself to say that. So I refuse to write in a diary now because I hate that feeling of reading back on my own work. I relate, because the only time I remember keeping necessarily a diary, well, I would keep journals for events that happened. Like, my dad and I used to go on an annual, like, father-daughter camping trip or whatever, and so I would pretend to journal, and really I just wrote something on the drive up, and then, like, the rest of the time I was just so in the moment, and then when I came back, I'm like, well, these were my thoughts when I was driving up to the camping trip, and this is what I felt after the camping trip. But that's a mood.
Yeah, I did have a diary that I got for Christmas one year. It was one of the Justice diaries that was all rainbow and sparkly and had my initial on the front. And it had a, like, lock and key. I don't know if it was a Justice one or if it was one that you got at, like, the Scholastic Book Fair or something. But I just remember, like, writing in that diary, and then I was cleaning out my room one time because my room used to be an absolute mess, and right now it kind of still is, but not, like, as bad as it used to be. But I was cleaning out my room when I think when I was going into middle school, because middle school change up your room, whatever. But I remember going through it, and I found the diary, and I found the key, and I read it, and then I threw away the diary.
Mood. And yeah, no, I don't get how people keep diaries their whole lives. I can't do it.
Yeah. Like, one thing that I've been doing, like, this year is, like, at the beginning of each month I write, like, what happened previously, because, like, I was jealous not necessarily jealous, but I was like, everybody's posting on Instagram what they did this month, what they did this month, what they did this month, and I don't remember what I did any of the months, so I'm just gonna write it down for myself. And so that's what I've been doing, and honestly, I still cringe at myself while I'm writing it.
Yeah, no, same. Like, or when I write it, I feel so great and confident, and then I go back and read it, and I'm like, what? was I thinking? And here's the other thing. I was always terrible about remembering to consistently write in a diary. Like, I have this book, and you're gonna hear me rustling through stuff now, as I try and find it. Oh, there it is. And it's called I Totally Got This, a journal to remind myself that I am truly awesome and capable, and that I'm seriously gonna nail it no matter what it is, and no matter how much I seriously doubt myself, because doubt is just a 4-letter word, okay, 5, and I should doubt the doubt like the nonsense it is, and chant, I can do this, over and over again, while imagining myself landing that new dream job, or doing the thing that scares me most, or getting through my run without dying, or surviving a blind date, because if I believe I can do that, or at least convince myself I can, I've got a darn good chance of actually killing it like the champ I am, right after which I start wondering if I'll ever be able to do it again. So the cover text, so it, like, starts real big, and then it gets smaller as it goes along. Yeah. And I wrote in this for about a month straight before I gave up. But it was, like, it would give you a quote, and then it said, why I so totally got this today. And honestly, this is the kind of journaling I like, because it was, like, literally, this was from when my depression was real bad, and so it's kind of cool to read back through it, because I was, like, reaching for any positive things I could out of the day, so it's kind of actually awesome to read through.
That's how I am kind of with my Google Drive, because there have been times where I've just been so emotional, and I know that, because what makes me super self-conscious about this is when YouTubers do, like, reading through my old, like, diaries or my old journals or my old song lyrics or whatever, and I'm just like, see, I have a rants folder on my Google Drive, and I'm honestly scared to, like, ever go through it again, because, like, when I wrote them, that was a different time. Like, I have a document called Emotional Breakdowns, and I will never open that unless I have an emotional breakdown.
Oh, I have one of those folders on my computer. It's just full of emotional... Actually, what I did to it was I named it Emotional Breakdown folder, but it's got a bunch of, like, positive quotes and stuff in it now, so when I'm stressed, I can go read them.
That's smart, instead of just bottling up your feelings and typing it out. Like, a certain... someone.
Are you talking about yourself?
Yes. I am, because I'm calling myself out for being emotional, and, it's good to get your emotions out, but, like, if you're typing it out, you're just bottling up your feelings, and you're like, no one could ever see me this way, but, like, honestly, if you just tell someone about it...
But then... you have me now!
Yes, I do.
I allow you.
I allow you too.
Yeah, no, but the cool thing about this journal is not only that it has, like, the quote on it every day to read, at the bottom it says, level of confidence in actually nailing it, and it gives you 4 boxes. Question mark, single exclamation point, double exclamation point, or triple exclamation point, and you, like, check one of them.
Nice.
And, like, reading through it on my question mark days... You can tell the reasons I totally got this today are definitely me, like, just reaching for thin air, trying to find some reason it is a good day. And then on days that I did 2 exclamation points or 3, it's like, I had that day. I conquered that day. So anyway, that's what's trending on the, what are we talking about? Lemons? We're not talking about lemons.
We're talking about YouTube.
Oh.
Common misconception.
Yes, lemons, YouTube, same thing.
Basically.
Yeah, so that's trending on YouTube. You should definitely go give it a watch. We'll for sure leave it in the, what's it called? Description. I know words, English sometimes. Down below, the last thing that is trending is Sephora versus Dollar Store makeup test by Good Mythical Morning. 2 dudes.
Because why not?
I watched it and then I was like, I do not care if this is trending or not. I'm putting it on the YouTube trending list. And then I checked trending and it was at 49.
Just get it in there while you still can.
Basically, I don't even think it's trending anymore, but I don't care. It was absolutely, like, I was cracking up, and I was watching it in broadcasting because I finished my assignment, and my teacher was sitting behind me because I sit by her desk, but then the back of my head faces her, so she can see my computer screen.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Aren't those the Good Morning people?" And I was like, "Good Mythical Morning, yeah." And she goes, "Aren't they two straight white dudes?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah. The thing is usually, see, I'm not used to you, like, putting trending up on the document. And so, like, I'll pull up YouTube trending and be like, okay, I'll add this to the document, and then I'll pull up the document, and you already have it filled out, and I'm like, okay. So, one thing that wasn't trending, but since it's the Try Guys, it will be trending at some point. But, Eugene did a Rank King episode with Girl Scout cookies.
He did not. I haven't seen it yet? Shame on me.
I mean, I guess, but it was really cute because he had two actual Girl Scouts.
Aww, Eugene does have a heart.
And, like, at first he was, like, kind of like, oh, I thought you said they were, like, as a bit, he was like, I thought you were saying they were former Girl Scouts, but, like, they were actual Girl Scouts, and it was just so cute because, like, usually you see Eugene as this, like, cold-hearted, like, hates babies, like, hates everything.
I prefer babies to I prefer dogs to babies.
Oh, yeah. And so it was just really cool to see that side of him, and they were ranking all kinds of Girl Scout cookies, and usually on those episodes, his catchphrase is, I'm right, you're wrong, shut up.
Mm-hmm.
And then, since it was these, like, 8-year-old girls, he was like, maybe I'm right, maybe you're wrong, let's all get along. And I'm just like...
That is hilarious.
You should definitely go watch it, and maybe we'll link it in the description if I put it in the document right now, even though it's not technically trending, but it will be.
Maybe if I feel like being nice. Maybe we'll get along.
Maybe.
Only maybe.
Anyways,
have you ever watched the Ellen show? And then at the end, it's the anyways, and the guy crosses his legs, because that's what I think of anytime you say anyways.
I haven't watched the Ellen show, but, like, I've seen clips of it. But I don't have cable. I don't watch live TV, Rachel.
Okay, still, how have you never seen an episode of The Ellen Show? What the heck?
I've seen clips, I haven't seen a full episode.
I've seen clips. Okay, I'm gonna give you... Let's check if it's on Hulu, and if it is, I'm gonna let you borrow my Hulu password so you can watch an episode of The Ellen Show.
Alright.
And if it's not, I'm just gonna be sad. Search Ellen. Oh no. I don't think it's on Hulu. So, I guess I just... Oh, wait! Oh, it's on, but it's locked. That's stupid. It's one of those, like, you have to add on. Stupid.
Yeah.
So anyways. What's trending on Twitter?
There are a few things trending on Twitter, as there tend to be.
Really?
Really?
I had no idea. We should make that a segment on this podcast or something.
Wow. Who would have thought?
Wow.
But, yesterday, as of recording, and that means Friday of last week, was, International Women's Day.
Woo! Woo! Go women!
And so one of the moments on Twitter is celebrating Hollywood's 50 best female characters, or most iconic that helped people get out of their comfort zones. And scrolling through this list, I honestly, agree with a lot of them. Because there's, Hermione and Princess Leia and, Elle Woods, Felicity Smoke from Arrow.
Lorelai Gilmore is number 20!
I know! I love Lorelai. Sometimes she gets me angry, but she's a good character.
She's a great character.
Mulan.
Yes! We all know how much I love Mulan!
A queen, but not really.
Queen! Bad butt who saves China!
It made me so mad because I don't remember when this was, but, somebody was having a discussion about Disney and, princesses and stuff, and a bunch of people were, talking about why people aren't princesses, and they're like, why isn't this person a princess? Why isn't this person a princess? And they're like, Mulan shouldn't even be a princess. She's not even a princess. And I'm like, listen here.
Flipping tables.
I don't remember when it was, or else I would, fight them, actually. Because, as we know, on this podcast, I get riled up about Disney. I have 2 Disney posters on my wall.
I still need the tag thingy. Okay, so we went to have I told this story?
Which story?
We went to Target to get the, poster command strips. So you can hang up, posters.
Yeah.
And I could hang out. I could hang out with that, Slytherin pendant you got me. I could hang out. I did it again! I need a life. This is me crying for help. I need someone to hang out with.
I'll hang out with you.
Oh, thank you. Not exactly what I had in mind, but, I'd love to hang out with you. Anyway, I will be getting some new posters up on my wall eventually.
Yay!
Yeah, so that was the first thing trending on Twitter, posters hanging on the wall, unless, we possibly got off track again.
What? Us get off track? Never.
I don't think I was ever on track.
What a mood. But anyways, the second thing trending on Twitter is these unpopular opinions are proving to be popular, and I'm not necessarily sure I agree, because one of the ones is that Krispy Kreme donuts are overrated, and
No!
Krispy Kreme donuts are one of the greatest things on this planet.
Yeah, they're good.
And then there's the unpopular opinion, not all water tastes the same, and of course it doesn't.
There's different, minerals and stuff in it. Oh,
and
I like
ice
this.
tastes different, too.
Unpopular opinion, cashier edition. Don't give me change after I already rung you up in the computer. I don't have time to count. Which is so accurate. I'm not that great at math. Please don't. I failed calculus.
There's one that got me really mad, and it's unpopular opinion, music is a waste of time, and I just, no.
That is an unpopular opinion.
It's unpopular, and I cannot agree with you, honestly.
Unpopular opinion, buying fly stuff for a baby is stupid if they're gonna grow out of it fast as heck. Waste of money, and I agree. You don't need to be buying Nike and other popular brands for your baby that's gonna wear the shoes once and then grow out of them.
Also, shoes for babies are just accessories. They don't even wear them. They just kick them off.
And then they kick them off!
I know!
Stinking kids!
Darn youngins.
We did get Harper a pair of Converse when my sister first found out she was pregnant because
Aww.
when she and my now brother-in-law were in high school, they went to prom together, and she would always wear Converse to prom, which is where I got the idea to wear Promverse to Congress. Converse to prom, and like any other school dance. And so...
And that's where I got the ideas, so...
Yes. So she wore red Converse, so we got Harper a pair of baby red Converse before she was born.
Aww.
Yeah. But, like, otherwise, I think that's the only pair of shoes she has. She maybe has one other pair.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, for the most part, I think spending that much money on a baby that literally does not care, like...
Yeah. You don't have to flex that hard. Anyways. The last thing that is trending on Twitter is comparing adult you to high school you can be pretty insightful. And since we are high schoolers...
I am in high school! Katrina has food.
I do.
I do too. I just haven't been eating mine because I don't want to be loud. I'm
either.
loud enough without having to edit out anything else.
See, I'm just really hungry. I haven't really had a full meal today, so we're just gonna go with that.
It's fine. I'll just sit here and wait while you eat your dinner.
You can eat yours too, Rachel.
Okay, thank you.
Dinner break.
Dinner break! I had a French dip for lunch. It was real good.
Wait. Is it French dip when you dip a sandwich into the dip?
Yes, Katrina.
That's what I'm having right now, Rachel.
Oh, no way! Into the au jus, or however the French say it. Yeah, that's like what I had. So good. How do you pronounce that, actually? I know it's spelled A-U-J-U-S, but as we all know, I take Chinese.
I take Spanish.
Yeah, we know. Oh my gosh, you want to know what I've been doing to work on my Chinese, though?
What?
So I have a friend that moved from China in 8th grade, and so I text her, and she only lets me text her in Chinese. So I'm, like, actually having to converse in Chinese. You know how hard that is? You know how much I've been using Google Translate to help me with what she says, because I have no idea half the time?
Rachel, that's cheating!
It is not, because now I, like, know it. So, like, I know that this is ha ha ha, and then she said may sure, which is, like, don't worry about it, no big deal. Because I said the wrong character, and I was like, Dwayuchi, which is sorry. I apologize a lot when I'm talking to her.
Anyways, now that we're back from our dinner break,
Food!
we should talk about comparing adult you to high school you can be pretty insightful.
Ooh, okay. So the first one, honestly, I relate to the first one now, and it says, where's the party versus how can I get out of this party? Because I'm not a social person.
Me either.
Exhibit A, on a Saturday night, I'm sitting at home recording a podcast.
Same.
Yeah. What's your favorite one?
I mean, there's, I like these two. There's High School Me. I hate homework. Adult Me works from home. Because I'm probably gonna work from home, if I'm being honest. But, well, if... Not as my first job, obviously, but, like...
One of my favorites is High School Me. I'm not studying this crap. Adult Me. I should have studied for that crap. I feel
Honestly.
that today, and I'm in high school. Which is to say, I'm a terrible student. Exhibit A, I failed calculus.
There's this one. I wonder if they like me versus do I like them? And that's true for me too.
I really like the High School Me. I need a bigger allowance. Adult Me. I need a much bigger allowance.
A mood. anyways, that's what's trending on Twitter.
I love me some good old Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, do we have any questions from Twitter?
We do have some questions.
What are they? What are they? What are they? I want to know what everyone has to say. I love them all. Even my sister.
The first question is from @DragonLance447, and they ask, last episode you mentioned you were each going to separate Super Carlin meetups. Which meetups are you going to?
I am going to Chicago.
And I am going to Salt Lake City.
So if you were on the fence on either of those, we'll be there.
Yeah, but then you're all on the fence of...
Do you want to see us or not?
Or which one of us do you want to see?
That too. Well, no, if you're, like, deciding if you want to go to the Chicago or not.
Then...
Or if you were already thinking about going to the Salt Lake City one, but you couldn't decide for sure. Not if you were deciding between the two.
Well, I don't know if the brothers would, like, let us set up, like...
No.
They wouldn't, because we're not that successful, but...
Yet.
But...
Yeet. Yet.
I mean, if you're gonna be at, for me, Salt Lake City, or for Rachel, Chicago, you can just, like, hit us up if you want to meet up, or, like, something. I don't know.
Yeah, if you want to see us, we can say hi. We're only slightly scary.
I'm scary. I'm physically scary because I'm, like, tall and do not have a great resting face.
Resting female dog face?
Oh, it's... What did we say? Resting blueberry face.
Yes, resting blueberry face.
But, yeah, But I'm a nice person. I'm also a very quiet person in real life, so... Be prepared for that.
Be prepared! Isn't that Lion King?
Yes, it is.
Go me. It's, Scar, right? And the hyenas!
But, yeah, let us know. You can DM us on Twitter, either individually or the podcast Twitter.
Or in a group with both of us on not the podcast Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm probably more likely to see it if you do not send it to the podcast Twitter, I'll be completely honest. Katrina's better about that than I am.
Yeah.
So anyway, our next question comes from Emily Hoffman. Hi Emily, how are you? I feel like I have not talked to you in 5 ever.
Hi Emily.
Anyway, she says, what's your favorite breakfast food? I 9 times out of 10 don't eat breakfast.
But lately, if you had the opportunity to have any breakfast you want, what would you have?
Cinnamon rolls. I love cinnamon rolls so much. My perfect morning is cinnamon rolls and big cinnamon rolls with lots of the cream cheese on top. Or, like, the icing or whatever you want to put on top of it. Personally, I'm actually an icing girl. But, like, that with a white chocolate mocha, because that is my go-to. Oh, that just... You want to make me happy.
Yeah. For me, what I normally have, because I don't skip breakfast, I just have the same thing, and that is a piece of toast.
Bread.
Yes.
Gotta get that bread.
I start the morning by getting that bread. And
I'm so proud of you.
And then, but if I could have...
I'm sorry. I should not be laughing about this hard.
You good there?
No! You start the morning by getting this bread. And it's like, in reality, you're just eating breakfast. Oh my gosh.
Anyways, if I could have anything, we've already established that I have a love of blueberry muffins.
Yes.
You
just love carbs.
I'm the queen of carbs, excuse you. I do not just love them, I am the queen of carbs.
So you're the queen of carbs and mother to all the pandas.
Yes.
Can we put that on a shirt? Queen of Carbs and Mother of the Pandas.
We'll see.
We'll see!
But, yeah, I just love all breakfast food, basically. So, honestly, I just love breakfast, so my favorite breakfast food is breakfast food.
That's not quite what she was going for, I don't think.
Well, maybe it was what she's going for, and she'll let us know. Maybe. Anyways, the next question is from at jbart17j, aka your sister.
Hi, Jessie.
And she asks, what are your opinions on the Jonas Brothers getting back together?
I love it! I'm so happy, honestly.
Finally.
Honestly, yeah. Ugh, I
Like-
love it. They are super talented. I was upset when they all started doing their own thing with music, and I was like, well, then they're never gonna get back together, and now they are?
Yeah. It just reminds me of a Vine, as most things do. And it's, joke's on you. The Jonas Brothers can't break up. They're brothers. And yeah, I just, yeah.
That's a mood.
I'm happy they're back.
Me
And
too. I made a Jonas Brothers iconic songs playlist.
I know. I saw it and I was listening to it while I was waiting for you to get ready to record.
It's a good playlist, excuse
It
you.
is.
It's a real good playlist.
It's a bop.
It's all
But-
bops.
Yeah. Their announcement video, when they did the, oh, how the tables have turned
Uh-huh.
from, like, back in the day, that just made me so happy. And by the time they posted that, like, within 10 minutes of them posting it, I got it DM'd to me by 2 people on Instagram, 1 my childhood best friend, and 2 my group chat with my cousins, and I was just, like, living.
That's hilarious. I'm shocked we didn't send it in our group chat.
Yeah, it was during the school day, though.
Who cares about school?
A lot of people.
Why?
Because it has to do with your future.
We gotta get the bread.
We gotta.
Speaking of getting the bread, our next question is from Super Zan Q, and he asks, what's your favorite kind of bread? That segue.
That segue.
That
I
was a
love
good segue.
all bread.
I really like sourdough.
Sourdough is not my favorite, but I love all bread.
I love all bread except sourdough. You know what bread I hate?
still-
I hate rye bread.
Rye bread is also not my favorite. But my favorite is all of them.
Except rye and sourdough.
I still love them. I just they're not my go-to bread.
You know what's real good?
What?
Baguettes.
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 Marie, the baguettes. Hurry up. I'm sorry, I had to.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Well, you know what I have to do?
What?
I have to ask Katrina.
Rachel.
Can it be time for my favorite segment on this podcast? Let's take a BuzzFeed quiz.
It can.
Yes. Awesome.
And this week's BuzzFeed quiz is, the chocolate bar you create will reveal which extreme red carpet look you're most like.
The thing under it says, yes, the meat dress is an option.
I'm excited.
Me too. So the first question is, pick the name of your chocolate bar. La La Bar, Cracker, Striker, or Pop? It would be Stricker.
Mine's Cracker.
Oh, no,
I
I
don't
was
know
just
why.
correcting my pronunciation.
Oh.
I picked the La La Bar. It sounds like a healthier bar, so, like, even the health nuts would buy it, but in reality it wouldn't be healthy.
Because it's a chocolate bar.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Our next question is, pick your main flavor. Mint, orange, just milk, chocolate, or strawberry?
Strawberry!
I picked just milk chocolate because I'm basic.
You can say that again. Gosh, that's so boring!
I have a plan.
You're trying to get the meat dress.
No, I am not, actually.
Uh-huh. The next question is, pick a color for the wrapper. Red, pink, blue, or yellow. I don't think we have enough yellow wrappers.
That's fair.
To clarify, I picked yellow.
Yeah, I'd say red. Because I'm going for, like, a crunch competitor. Because it's called cracker.
Oh, okay.
And so if it's blue, then it's too close to crunch. But if it's red, then it's like the opposite.
That's fair. I really love crunch bars.
Me too. Like, I know in this BuzzFeed quiz I'm trying to compete with them, but they're good.
Hey, imitation is the most sincere form of flattery.
Yeah.
What's the next question?
The next question is, pick a sticky filling. Molasses, caramel, peanut butter, or honey.
Okay. I picked honey.
I picked caramel.
Ooh.
Nice.
The next question is, pick a crunchy filling. Wafer, crushed cookies, no thanks, or oatmeal. Wafer.
Crushed cookies because I'm going for crunch, but wafers close. Yeah, I'm planning.
I see that. I am not, even a little.
The final question is, and finally, pick a topping. Nuts, sprinkles, coconut shreds, or none of these.
None of these.
None of these.
I got my result. Did you get your result?
I got my result.
Did you get the meat dress?
No, I did not.
Aww.
What did you get?
I got Haley Steinfeld.
That's what I got.
We keep getting the same things.
The only one that we clicked the same on was the last one, the none of these. But I cannot see myself wearing this on the red carpet.
I can't.
I'm gonna be honest.
It's, yeah, so it's like a black bralette kind of top thing with a jacket over it and then, like, black slacks, and it looks really good. It is just not my style.
Yeah. And also, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna leave it at.
So anyway, is there anything else you want to touch on this week?
I had the phone story, that's what that was. But besides that, I think we're good to go for this week.
Okay.
Okay. This has been another episode of Perspective Z. That's been Rachel.
And that's been Katrina.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Toodles.